Welcome to Computer Science at Edexcel, and we are solving a past paper 1CP 1/02 computational thinking. And this paper is of 80 marks as usual. The first question is related to a database question. Like you have a database, a table, arrivals and
Yeah.
departures are controlled by computer programs. Here is an example of
Yeah.
departure screen, right? Departure. Identify two
Right.
variables that are required to store the data about departures. So you need to tell the two variables which are needed in order to store the data about departure. So it's very easy. We have departure time column field. We have flight number field. We have destination field,
Right.
and flight status. The question is identify two variables that are requested to store data about departures. So you can pick any two, any of two. Like you can pick number one, departure time, and number two, you can take destination, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 marks for it. Okay. Let's do next part. Part 2. Explain why it is important to use the descriptive names in the program code. Yes, why it is needed or important to use the descriptive names.
So
Like
they can be understood by other programmers.
exactly. So first, it's written for 2 marks. So what is the point you said?
They could be read by other programmers,
Easy to read
understood by other programmers.
and understand
Right.
by the user, right? Point number one. Point number two.
Um.
Yes. Descriptive names,
Oh wow.
descriptive names are easy to recognize the related data. What do you think?
Yeah.
From,
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
from the table. So if the names are there, you'll easily recognize them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, part 3. Read part 3. A programmer could use several built-in functions. What? Built-in functions from a
Built-in
programming
functions.
language library to implement the departure screen. So you know that Python, Java, VB uses functions like we use math, we use other functions in our programming languages. So state one built-in library function that could be used. So which function you can use in the database right here. So you have destination, gate number, flight status.
You can use time.
Very good answer.
The
Time
built-in
is
function.
much appropriate because we are talking about the departure. So we use time. What about date? Date. Okay,
There's a date function.
date. We can use time/date.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
We can use
That
it.
makes
We can
sense.
use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The safe interval between landings is based on the plane type and the weather conditions. The safe interval is at least 30 seconds. This is adjusted by a multiplier based on the plane type and then by adding constant based on a weather condition. Yes, it's a very, very important thing that weather is a most important part of the landing. And I see some videos on YouTube that in Japan, the weather is so dangerous and the plane is trying to land, but it's unable to land due to the wind. So it's just a swinging into the air. It tried to land, but unfortunately, the landing is not possible. So the plane moved to the other city. So this is how it is dangerous. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So construct a general expression to calculate the safe interval between plane landings. So you need to write down, or you can say construct. So you have the formula here. Like the safe interval between landing is based on the plane type and the weather conditions, right? So you can use plane type and weather condition. I'm making a box and weather condition. Then the safe interval is at least 30 seconds. Are you getting it? 30 seconds. This is adjusted by multiplier based on the plane type. So plane type, you can write plane type multiply by 30. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
First thing is this plane type multiply by 30. And then you're what you're going to add plus what? Weather can weather can.
Right.
So this is a kind of an expression we can generate. So it's for 2 marks. So take out your notebook, write down all the answers one by one in the notebook. So we will proceed to the next question, right?
Right.
The long stay parking at the airport uses a variable rate changing system. Here is the pseudocode for this algorithm. So they are using some number lines. Okay, state the programming language construct demonstrated by lines 10 to 13 of the algorithm. So 10 to 13, I'm talking about a 10, 11, 12, and 13. State the programming construct. It means like what is going on here? It's a totaling, it's a counting, it's a selection, it's a sequence, what? So let's see. Send welcome to the airport parking. Then how long you are staying. Then receive days from integer keyboard, send cost base and the days again and the days to display. So these 4 lines, what do you think? What are these lines? Totaling, counting, sequence, selection, what?
That's a sequence.
Yes, sequence. Next. Complete the table to show the output of the following algorithm for the given inputs. Okay, now what you have to do, like they are giving you the input 10. So you have to go to the algorithm and see, like welcome to the airport parking. How long are you staying? Tell me how long? 10.
Yeah. 10.
Right? Okay, receive days from an integer. So the cost based on days, right? So cost based on 10 days, right? 10 days. If days are greater than 8, then set cost to 55. Are you getting it? 55.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus 10 multiply by days minus 8. Okay. So what do you have to do? You need to write 10 multiply days. How many days? 10, because we are staying 10 minus 8. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so
I'll do it.
55. Okay, again 10 multiply 10 minus 8, 2. 10 2 times 20, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forget to write plus. Okay, 10, 2 times 20. So tell me the answer, please.
75.
Very good. 75 is the correct answer. Right? Then 1. So you have to see 1. If this is greater than 6, if this is greater than 3, oh, set cost. Else, cost 25. So look, lesser than 3, but we don't have a lesser than 3. So we have to move to else. Else, set cost to 25. So it means that if you're using the parking for 1 or 2 days, so the cost will be 25. So I'm writing 25 here. Tell me the answer for the third, 7. Take your time, I'm waiting.
Okay.
You
Give me
can
1
write in
minute.
your notebook. Yeah, write in your notebook and tell.
Okay. $55.
Yes, what is the answer? 55?
55.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So for this question, we have earned 3 marks, right? Now, the algorithm needs to be tested more thoroughly. Complete the table to give suitable input test data to meet the requirements. So we are going to give the test data. Remember the test data topic?
Yeah.
Output cost is 45. So they have given us the answer output like this. See, you need to write down the expression input test data. So what test data lies? Let's see. Oh, okay, so greater than 855, greater than 6, greater than 3, 45, and we have 45. So greater than 3 means you can take 4, 5, right? An output that is not correct, it means that you are going to input a wrong value. That is the reason the output is wrong. So you can take a negative number, right? Negative number. So the number is lesser than 0. Got it? So these are the two things which we
Yeah.
input and get the result like this. So we have done with this question. Now moving to the third question. The airport has touchless hand wash stations. The stations automatically dispense soap, water, and warm air. I think it's a very common thing. In restaurants, we use these things, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. To conserve water, the stations must ensure that only one operation is carried out at a time. So very good thing. I appreciate. So here is an algorithm for the hand wash station. So starting from the line number 1, oh, till line number 32. State the name of the input device in the algorithm used to control the water dispenser. So input device, power status is true, received true from the sensor. We get it, sensor.
Yeah. So sensor.
Of course, sensors are used here. Sensor, motion sensors,
Yeah.
motion sensors. 1 mark. Okay, state one condition is allowed by the algorithm that does not meet the requirement for the hand wash. Yes, so state one condition that the algorithm will not work. What will be the condition? Read the objective.
Uh,
Read the underlined lines. Underline. Everything is underlined. Important things are underlined. Operation carried, yes, one at a time. So you have to do the one step at a time, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Carried one at a time. One step at a time, right?
Yeah.
Take out your notebook. You need to write down the answers. I'm waiting.
Okay.
Part C. The algorithm does not make efficient use of selection programming construct. Okay, so write the replacement code to control the soap dispenser. That would improve
Uh,
the efficiency of algorithm. So listen up. We have to use the selection. What is selection? Remember? In selection, we use, yes, conditional statement. What? Conditional statement.
conditional statement.
So we have two options for conditional statement. If then else, right? And case of. So I think if then else is a good option, because in case of we have the choices, but right here we don't have a choice. So we need to write a replacement code where we are going to control the soap dispenser that would improve the efficiency. So let's see the algorithm. So while power status is true, so when the power is on, then receive true, false from the sensor. If soap request is true, so they're using look if soap request is true, then set soap status to on and if, right? Okay, receive again true
Right.
false from sensor W. If water request is true, then set water status to on and if. Okay, so it means that we have first this one, we have to work here. As well as soap request is also here, right? So we have to work here. So look, soap status off. So why don't we join this two constructs together and write a single construct? So this makes our program very easy, right? Instead of writing this. So how did we write down this thing? Let's work on it. So if soap request is equals to true, request is equals to true, then soap status to on. Then soap status to set, soap status to on. Okay. Then soap status to on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we need to use here. Okay, soap status to on. Look, this right and if. So instead of and if, I'm going to write else. Else. So status right to on. And if. What do you think? Is it right? For 2 marks?
I think it's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the next part is D. D part. When a hand washing station is not in use, the variable soap status S, water status W, and dry status D. Remember the variable's name, S, W and D, isn't it? Are all set to false. It means if somebody is not using it, definitely it is 0, false. And a message, everything is all displayed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Tell me, what's in the question?
Like what do you want that?
Like if you're not using the dispenser, it is showing a
Yeah.
message that everything is off.
Yeah.
So you need to write a Boolean statement using the 3 variables S, W, and D to represent the condition necessary for the system to display everything is off. Very, very, very technical question. Yes, so you need to write down a logical
Yeah,
expression
okay.
first by your own, then I will write for you. So it is for 2 marks, okay? Your time starts now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. But if not, W and D and A.
Just a second, I'm going to write down the answer. If not,
D or W or yeah, D and W and S.
D and W and S, bracket, close. You write not D, not D,
Yeah,
and W and S.
and S.
There is one thing mistaken here, or maybe it's my typing mistake. Like you need to write not. Just a second, okay. And then you have to make a bracket with the D and W, right? And
Yeah.
S. So the not, which is outside the bracket, is implemented on all 3 variables. Why? Because all 3 variables are 0, stop. So the not is representing the 0, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 marks for it. Great. Question number 4. Read the question 4, please.
The airport stores information about its employees. Here's an example of a data
Very,
structure that
very
pulls an
strange thing.
employee's
Very
information.
strange thing I noticed that every question is all about the airport. What is this?
Oh, maybe this whole paper is about the airport.
Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? You didn't notice that all the questions are related to the, maybe the examiner is coming from any airport and he noticed all the things and then he makes a paper. I think so, yeah, because all the questions are the scenario questions. You see, so these questions are deeply noticed by the examiner. So what I think that the person is noting down everything on the airport and make the paper. So that's a good thing. That's a good approach. Okay, so here is an example of a data structure. Okay, the airport stores the information about its employees, isn't it? Hello? Here is an example of a data structure.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, that holds the employee
Okay.
information. So you're holding the employee's information. So including the employee number, last name, first name, phone number, and monthly salary. So this is employee ID. This is the first name, this is the second name, this is the phone number, and this is the monthly salary. Okay, state the name of this type of data structure. So yes, what is that data structure called?
Um, it's God, it's a record
It's
because
a
it only
record.
stores.
If I
Well,
see, if I write that it's a table in which we have rows, row and the columns. So it makes sense, right? Like we have how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a single row. So it's for 1 mark. So you can write either rows and column, whatever. Okay.
right.
Number 2, state the reason why an array is not suitable for storing this information. Yes. Why an
Because it can only have one data type.
exactly. It consists of different data types. Name 2 file handling operations that are used to save a file. Yes. We need only 2. Like there are many file handling operations. Open, close, save, read, write. So what do you think we need 2 that are used to save the data?
Save data.
Save, not same, save data.
Yeah, I
Save
know.
data.
So just open and
Open, and of course,
just open and close. Yeah.
for 2 marks. Okay, now you have to write down the answers.
Okay.
Okay, now the question part C is accessing files may cause errors. Here is an example of an error message. Yes, it's a very common error. And when I'm downloading some games from internet, I found these type of errors, and mostly games are not able to execute. Like yesterday, I have downloaded Resident Evil 2, 3, they won't work. Last of Us, it won't work. So the errors are there because mostly internet files have an error, right? So name this type of error. First thing you need to call. How many types of errors are there?
There's logic error, there's runtime error, there's syntax
Error.
error,
So
there's
error 1, 2, 3, 4 file not found. And where's the file? C in a tab mydata.txt. So what type of error is this? Is it a logical error? Is it a runtime error? Is it a syntax error?
it's a runtime error.
It's a runtime. Why? Because you click on the file and then file show this message. So runtime error. Great. Give 2 reasons why the error in this message might occur. Yes, what is the reason of occurring this type of error? Yes. Maybe not installed properly, like I'm facing the issue. So I know not installed properly. Yes. And error in file or not downloaded from authentic website. What do you think? Am I right?
I think yeah.
Yes, because if you're downloading the softwares, many of the websites are not good. So
Right.
a program is used to process employees' monthly salaries. So there's a program. In that program, we are processing what? Employees.
Monthly salaries.
Yes. Explain why an iterative construct is used as a part of the process. Yes. Why? An iterative construct is used.
Uh, because it's better than a loop.
Look, you have to run your mind. Like you go to your office for 30 days and then you get the salary. So for the 30 days, if you're going and working, so the company will pay you. It means the company will check the attendance. So in attendance, there is a loop for how many days? 30 days. So you can say that the calculations are done with the help of a loop. So the employee marks attendance for 30 days. And then the salary will be calculated, isn't it? If the employee present. So you can use this logic, simple. So you will get 9 marks, right? So take out your notebook, write down all the answers.